Hello, you delicious human beings. I just got off the phone with Mom, and usually when I talk to Mom, we have a lot of epiphanies and just really in-depth conversations. And she triggered me so much that I was like, I have to film right now. So I've had a few beers, so bear with me if I'm a little bit rambly. We were talking about being your authentic self. I was telling her that I have felt the calling to be ultimately real with you guys. And in that, I mean, if I look like crap, still film. If I feel like crap, still film. Because if you're depressed and you film about it, I don't know if you guys have ever filmed yourself doing anything, but when you film and you know somebody's going to see it, you're not necessarily going to be depressed the whole time. You're going to instinctually try to find like the lighter side of it. You know somebody's going to watch it, so you know that you want to find something to tell you guys. So I was talking to her, I was like, I've been really feeling this calling to be more authentic and stop just showing up when everything seems perfect, when my hair's perfect, or when my makeup's perfect, or when I feel perfect. I want to show up with y'all when I feel like crap. And today, I felt like crap. Horrible crap. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I felt like I'm 30 years old and I'm still in this whole struggle mentality. I've got to just struggle through life, or I'm going to live this whole mundane life the rest of my life. And we talked for a good long time, maybe like 2 hours. And we finally got to the conclusion, because she started talking about, have you ever, bear with me, I don't know what she calls it. It's kind of like a thing to where you go back to your childhood memories and you see that 5-year-old little version of yourself and you tell them everything's going to be okay. You tell them the things you wish you would have heard at 5 years old. And she really took me back, and I hate that ritual. I hate it. I'm not good at rituals. But she really kind of forced me to do it. And we started talking about who Morgan was at 5 years old. Morgan was ridiculous. Morgan was fearless. I mean, one of my biggest memories, oh, I found a worm. I don't think that's a worm. I think it's like a grub. Oh, no, it's a snail. Morgan was the 5-year-old that went, that ride that you strap yourself in and they swing you all the way up and they swing you back down. I remember my dad just being so proud, like, my little girl, she wasn't scared at all. I was fearless. At 30 years old, now today, I am stricken with fear, anxiety. I'm scared to be in a car because I might crash. I don't know if it's because I've put myself through so many situations and I've seen the consequences of it. I've been lucky to not be put in jail as far as like my drug endeavors, but I've become so scared. So scared. I used to find the biggest tree in the whole yard that we had, and I would climb all the way to the top and sit up there. I used to be so prideful that I was strong. And so today, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I am digging a hole with this knife because I couldn't find a shovel. And I have a piece of paper, which is an envelope, which let me tear real quick. I am sitting in the backyard because I am tired. Guys, I'm so tired of being boring. I'm so tired of being afraid because I wasn't born that way. I was not born this way. I was not born cautious. I am to the point that I'm so afraid to buy a camper because I'm afraid I'm going to f it up. I'm afraid that somehow somewhere along the line, somebody has convinced Morgan that she can't make her own decisions, that, you know, being fearless is a bad thing because I'm so afraid to just buy a camper and go travel the world because I might break down. But my 5-year-old self, 5-year-old little Morgan, would have hoped she broke down because then she would have got to meet somebody. Then she would have got to meet somebody. She would have got to spend time in that area. Somebody would have helped her. Somebody would have been like, hey, you know, like, let me help you with fixing this motor and just spend time with me. Something as easy as that. She was fearless. And I'm sick of being so afraid. So one of my biggest fears to this date is heights. I don't know when I picked that up. I don't know what deep-rooted belief in me is so afraid. They say that we don't actually have a fear of heights. They say that we're actually afraid of falling. I've only fallen once in my life, and it wasn't traumatic. I was playing with brother in a tree, and I stepped on a stump, and I slid all the way down the tree. And so I had this big, like, just scrape. I remember dropping to the ground and running straight home. The next day, I ended up getting chickenpox. And so I had chickenpox all over this huge, just scrape down my, I still have the scar. But as far as that, I don't remember falling. I don't know where I picked up this fear, is what I'm saying. This fear of everything, of getting hurt, of falling. So, today, I am writing on this piece of paper. What should I write? Should I write, let's write fear. We're going to write fear. I'm going to write lack of trust for myself. Lack of trust for myself. And what else? Fear and lack of trust for myself. I think that's enough for me. And Mom's super into rituals. I don't normally do this. I've done this once, and I don't remember what I wrote on the piece of paper. I remember doing this. So I'm going to change the camera so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I have the things that I am so sick of in my life. I am going to burn them, and then I'm going to bury them, and then we'll move on. So, fear and lack of trust in myself. I'm done. I am done with you. I am tired, but also thank you because you have protected me this far in my life, but I no longer need you. I no longer need you in my life. I trust myself to make the right decisions, and there is no reason to have fear because of that trust. Woo! I put it in the hole, and I'm going to bury it. Kind of like a seed, I guess this is what I'm doing. Put everything in the hole. There we go. I'm going to adjust the camera again. And that's that. As simple as that. With the intention that I burn away the old, and then I put it in the ground, kind of like, I guess I'm going for maybe, like I said, like a seed. I plant the seed of intention in my mind that I no longer need fear. I'm 30. I know what's right. I know what's wrong. I know what's stupid, and I know what's, fun enough, safe enough to be fun. So tomorrow, this is a lot for me to say. I don't have a lot of extra money to spend, and this might be a really irresponsible choice. So just know that I understand this. I'm wanting to try to get a camper. I'm wanting to try to get a home. But I think for Morgan Danielle, I'm going to take what money it takes, and I'm going to do the biggest fear that I have, and I'm going to jump out of a plane. I physically, before I did this, because it's instant, right? Like, we don't have to do this whole ritual. We did the ritual just to make a statement, but it's done. I'm done. I am fearless, and I am smart, and I trust myself in my decisions, and I will not die of a heart attack when I jump out of that plane. I am going to jump out of a plane tomorrow, if scheduling works. It's not because of me. I am going to look it up right now. When I push pause on this, when I end this video, I'm going to go look up around me where I can jump out of a plane, and hopefully I do not have a heart attack. I'm going to try to film it for you. Of course I'm going to film it for you guys. I mean, look, of course. Hopefully I don't lose my phone in the, the whole rigmarole. But that's what I'm doing. Now, before I end this video and my phone dies, I do want to say, if I wake up tomorrow and I decide that I'm too scared to do it, or I'm too lazy, or I don't trust my decisions, or, hey, Morgan, you can't really afford that, and, like, sense starts to kick in, is it okay? No. But will I forgive myself? Yes. Because this cycle of Morgan is fearful and she can't trust herself is an addiction. I've been living in an addictive mind frame that I can't do anything. I'm just gonna fuck it up, I'm just gonna mess everything up. And I'm addicted to that. That's why I'm still in the same position that I am today, fearful. So if I wake up tomorrow and I don't do it, that's okay, because there's going to be another day that I talk to Mom for 2 hours, and she triggers this in me again, and I do this whole ritual again, and it finally clicks. Don't give up on yourself. Don't feel like you've failed because you wake up the next day and you're not fully ready for that transition, for that shift or growth. If it keeps calling to you, if something keeps bugging you and you keep itching, one day it will click. So, what is something that you are so sick of in your life, and that you just don't want to identify as anymore? I'm sick of identifying as this version of Morgan. Even if I wake up tomorrow and don't do it, I'm sick of it today. And I'm grateful for that. What are you going to do today to change who you don't want to be today? That didn't make any sense, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to end it here. And hopefully you guys get a video of me jumping out of a plane soon. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's literally the most terrifying thing ever. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much for being here in this raw moment. Thank you so much for watching to this point. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I hope this triggers something within you so you can look within yourself and decide when you're done. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Like I've already said. Peace.